Toastmasters and honored guests. Carl Sandburg said, "Nothing happens but first a dream." What happens to a dream unfulfilled? Does it sprout wings and fly, waiting to be received in the sweet by and by? I'm here to tell you today, your dream has not died. It's still living right on the inside of you. What has died is your belief that your dream can come true. Rich DeVos, the co-founder of Amway and one of the richest men in the United States, once said, "The only things that stand between a person and what they want in life are the will to try it and the faith to believe that it's possible." What is it that is standing in front of your dream that's so big that you can't see it anymore? Why doesn't your baby leap inside of you when you think about it? Don't die with your dream inside, because that is the only way it will die, if it dies with you. In the 1980s, there was a movie called The Neverending Story. It was a story about a little boy that was very troubled named Bastian. And one day, some boys were chasing him, and he runs into this bookstore. And while he's in there hiding, he sees this fascinating book. Well, he steals the book and goes and runs into his attic and starts to read. But as he begins to read the story, little does he know that he's as much a part of what's going to happen in the story as the characters that he is reading about. In the land of Fantasia, there is an enemy called the Nothing. This is the land where the Neverending Story is taking place. The Nothing is going through the land and destroying everything in its path. There's a quest to find what can stop this enemy. The childlike Empress has been made sick by the same force that's destroying the land. As Bastian is reading, one of the characters starts to talk about the human child that's been there the whole time, going through all the things that they've been through, and that they actually brought him alongside with them. This frightens Bastian, and he slams the book shut. He doesn't want to have anything else to do with it at this point. But as curiosity takes him, he goes into the book again. They finally discover what is needed to save Fantasia. The human child must give the childlike Empress a name, a new name. But Bastian still can't believe that they're talking about him. Finally, the whole land is practically torn apart when the childlike Empress screams in the book, "Bastian, give me a new name." Bastian hesitates for a moment, then decides that he'll give her the name, and he screams it out. When this happens, the storm ceases. But all that's left of Fantasia is one single grain of sand. But do not fear, because the power of the human child is imagination. With that power of imagination, Bastian was able to restore the land back to where it was in the very beginning. Fantasia is a representation of the dreams and fantasies of the real world. All the people of Fantasia needed was for someone to believe. Just what does it take to make a dream come true? First of all, you have to believe. You have to believe that there is something worthy about this idea that you have. If no one else can see it, you have to have the vision for it. And you have to be like Bastian and see it with the power of imagination, so that even when the winds of adversity blow, it can't snatch it out of your hands. You have to have courage. Courage that will take you where no one else is willing to go. You may have buried your dream because of disappointment or discouragement, but it's going to cost you something to succeed. It's not just the physical substance. It's going to also take some emotional fortitude. You have to push past the lie. Who told you that your dream could never come true? What situations or circumstances took place to make you feel that it is too far out of your reach? When I was a little girl, my mother told us a story that before she had children, she wanted to be a registered dietitian. She had started her training, she was really happy about it, but there was a person that opposed her at the time. And because of the time when we really faced racism, my mother she quit. And I never asked my mother the question, but I always had inside of me, Mama, why did you let someone keep you from succeeding? So my question to you is, what is keeping you from your dream? With that said, you also need drive to push forward. Be enterprising. Be willing to venture out. You have to put forth an effort to grow yourself. Are you up to the level of your dream? Some of us need to grow up. We want that Cadillac car, but our foot won't even reach the gas pedal. If this is you, take some time to do some self-improvement. Invest in yourself. You need to be equipped for where your dream may take you. Remember, chance favors a prepared mind. Don't miss a window of opportunity because you aren't ready. Be willing to change. If your original vision doesn't fit in the present reality, change it. You'll never be successful anyway if you don't know how to adapt. Be a focused goal setter. Concentrate on one thing at a time. Tony Robbins says that your goals put a distinction between where you are now and where it is you want to be. There's a success story about a man that wanted to sail. This vision was seeded in him when he was 10 years old. That dream didn't happen overnight. It took many things that I've already talked to you about. But he did have the willingness to accomplish that dream, and he ended up going through the Northwest Passage. So take the points that I had in mind, and don't let your dream die inside.